NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
This project is about, we're talking about 10 or 20 years project. Apart from infrastructure, EC is going to do some kind of new city where we're going to develop some kind of like a capital of the EC where people can live, work and play within a certain area. Those cannot be done in Bangkok, can be done in the EC.
Sawasdee krab, welcome to NBT World Thailand Today. In this episode, we delve into the transformative role of the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, in shaping Thailand's future from attracting global investment to pioneering infrastructure projects like the high-speed rail. We'll explore how the EEC is driving economic growth and innovation. Join us as we uncover its vision, progress, and opportunities for the region. Joining us today is Dr. Jula Sukmanop, the Secretary General of the Eastern Economic Corridor Office of Thailand. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sawasdee krab. So first of all, let's dive into the first question. Could you explain the role of the EEC, the Eastern Economic Corridor?
I think you know that EEC covers three provinces of Thailand, Chaeng-Sao, Chonburi and Rayong. The main purpose of the office is we have five main purposes. First one is to try to promote environmental friendly economic activities into the area. Then we have to make sure that the government can provide some kind of one-stop shop to make sure that all the services provided by the government can be done in one place. Then we have to look at the infrastructure and utilities to be used in the area. Then we have to look at the whole town planning, the land use of the area. Then we have to make sure that once we introduce industry into the country, the local community can benefit from those activities that are created by the factory or the investor coming into the country.
I see, so a lot of collaboration with the government sector as well, and the private sector as well. So in order to do that, what is the strength and strategy that you think we can attract more like foreign investment?
Foreign investment is competitive because we have to make sure that Thailand is still competitive with the neighboring countries. What we try to offer is to offer tailor-made program or package of incentive where I think the investor will shop around to many countries before they're deciding to come to invest in a particular country. So we have to make sure that we are competitive enough. The basic rule is the investor has to come to discuss with us, and we try to make sure that our package is good enough for them to make decision that coming to the EC to Thailand is the right decision.
In terms of package that you mentioned is about the policy and the anything.
Basically, we try to let them feel that Thailand is a good one. We have to make sure about the land availability that that we have enough land or good land enough for setting up the factory. Then we have the labor force enough and in terms of skill and the quality and quantity is good enough for investor to come in. Then we have to make sure that infrastructure, road network, some kind of facility that's required for the operation is good enough.
So
then all law and regulation. So basically almost everything. And then we put up some package, offer them that what is the incentive? Maybe we offer some kind of like a track incentive or some exemption of duties when they bring some raw material in, produce it in the area and export. So this is a free of duties, something like that.
I see. So not only infrastructure needs to be ready, our strategy is to have a package for them.
Yes.
Some interesting package for them to invest. That's I see. And do you have a long-term goals for the EEC?
We want EEC to be like a destination. When we are talking about bringing in economic activities, you don't think just only for the investment or working. we want to make sure coming to the EC, not only working but also living, because people still need to spend some time off the office or the factory. Let's say if you spend 8 hours working, you still have 16 hours left. So maybe you spend some hours sleeping, then to come to the EC, we go for life after work, not just only working life.
So the environment around, the atmosphere after work needs to be relaxed as well?
Yes. In Thailand, I think we are good at that.
I know, the hospitality-wise.
Exactly. Yes.
And what are the key projects being developed by the EEC?
In terms of project, so far we have 4 main infrastructure projects. You may have heard, or the audience may have heard about some 4 projects. The main one is, people talk a lot on the high-speed train.
Yeah.
Basically, we have 4 projects. One project is about airport, where we expand Utapao Airport to make sure that if you want to fly in or fly out from the area in the EC, you can fly directly from Utapao. And this is the gateway for people.
International flight as well?
It's an international flights. Then we have 2 ports. One port in Lam Chpang. This is for container port for the logistic cargoes.
Wow.
Then we have Mataput port. This is for industrial port. When you import some raw material to doing some kind of like LNG to produce electricity, you can use that port. And we have the last project will be on the high-speed train linking Utapao back to Bangkok. So it's like a gateway to make sure that the gates to the EC is good enough. And we have the high-speed train linking to increase the mobility between the EEC and Bangkok. So talking about an hour from Utapao into Bangkok can be very, very competitive. When people decide to work there, then they can come back to Bangkok, or they can spend weekends in Bangkok.
Convenient. And I think the location is already like a strategic location already. People can really commute to different parts. And I think with the rail link in the future, supposed to be done soon. And how does the EEC contribute to the local community or local economy, people living there?
This is the main one, because so far EEC has been setting up for 7 years. Okay, people may have heard a lot on the investments, try to bring in the investment, but the end goal is to make sure the people in the 3 provinces in the EEC can get benefit from the investments. So if we compare working on the factory or the industrial estate, is like egg. Egg, you have the yolk and the whites. You can see that the factory is the yolk of the egg, whereas the people, the community, is the whites. So once we know where the working area, which is the factory, is, then we can plan
the business around it.
Exactly, yes, how people can get benefit. So we can, let's say, shape the area where this is the area for working, this is the area for playing, this is for living. So work, play, and live can be done in I can say they can live together as an integral part of the whole development.
I know, economy-wise, it's going to be amazing for sure. But what about the quality of life? Do you think the quality of life for the people, for the local, there's going to be some people like against it, but what do you think its benefit?
In the EC, we try to introduce certain targeted industries. We are not talking about the heavy industry that we used to have many years ago. Now we're talking about S-curve industry, where talking about medical and health, talking about smart electronics, some we call it new generation automotive, where it's like EV, some EV cars, trucks, like a drone, something like that. You're talking about the green economy. You're talking about service sector. So the industry that we try to introduce into the industry is the new one. It's the industry for the future. So it's we don't put up very high pollution industry into the area, and people know that. And basically, we are lucky because Eastern Seaboard has been well known in this area for quite some time. Now, with this new development, we're talking about new technology. People can feel that, okay, this is an industry for the future. let's do it here. Start it with the EEC.
That's really nice, because back in the day, people would perceive as a factory or something would be very polluted.
Yes.
But with the new technology, new innovation that's about to happen, it's going to be life-changing for all of us. And I think definitely people would benefit from it. Talking about workforce, in the people in the area, workforce development, how can you develop that to meet the new demands of the market right now?
So as I mentioned, we're talking about this type of industries. New modern technology, modern industries. Workforce is the one that we need to plan ahead. In the EC, we are talking about demand-driven human resource development, where we look at the demand, because we are focused that this is the industry that we try to promote. So we know that this type or the current situation where this type of industry, what is the qualification of the people of the workforce, then we can plan and match that. Because let's say now the most popular investment in Thailand last year was EV cars. This year could be electronics, some semiconductor, data center, this kind of thing. So we know this is the demand. And then in the EC we have the supply, where we can promote some vocational schools or university in the area, but also from outside the EC. Because when coming to work in the EC, it's not just people in the 3 provinces, but also anywhere in Thailand.
Because we have the infrastructure to link to
exactly, yes. So we just put the match demand and the supply together and try to make sure that once the investor come in, they decide and they know that they have the list of the qualified Thai people that we try to provide some job opportunity for them too.
Because at the end of the day, we still would love to see our local people work and benefit from this, right?
Yes.
Amazing. We're talking about EEC right now here. As you mentioned it earlier, it's all about collaboration. Collaboration is the key. Is there any major international collaborations that EEC pursuing to enhance the global competitiveness?
When you're talking about investment, you're talking about networking.
Exactly.
Because a lot of, participants, in order to make sure that people come and invest in EEC. So basically we have, in terms of collaboration, we can do 3 levels, like G2G, where EEC we regard as a government. Sometimes we have to talk in a government G2G level, talking about the fellow countries that we target. Let's say certain countries are good at some certain industry. So we can get approached with governments. But recently we do it instead of G2G to G2B, where we're talking about some association that are good in a particular area. Let's say car manufacturing association in certain country. So it's just like easy talking with G2B. And then we do a G2C, where we go directly to the investor itself, where let's say this is a big name, like product champion in a particular area of industry. So we go chasing them, try to make them that they feel that they are considering Thailand as a choice before setting up like investment. So at least we put ourselves in the picture. Once they might not have a short-term plan, but in the medium plan, then we try to make sure that we are in the picture. They won't forget us.
Welcome to Thailand, a premier destination where business seamlessly intertwines with world-class leisure. With direct flights from major cities worldwide, your next corporate event is just a step away. Host your conferences in Bangkok's cutting-edge venues, offering unparalleled facilities and services. Reward your team with relaxation on Phuket's world-renowned beaches, providing the perfect backdrop for rejuvenation. And don't forget to visit Chiang Mai, ranked among the top 5 mountain destinations in Asia, where majestic peaks and a rich cultural heritage await to captivate every traveler. This season, elevate your business journey. Choose Thailand, where every season is the perfect season for MICE.
As the temperature has started to fall and winter begins, hazy sky clouds Bangkok again, prompting the return of PM 2.5 air pollution. It is not only Thailand that faced serious haze annually. Hazardous smoke threatens 99% of Southeast Asia's 650 million population, as plantation burning has significantly increased year by year. This requires ASEAN to step in.
ASEAN has worked hard on transboundary haze pollution control. Earlier this year, the second roadmap on ASEAN cooperation toward transboundary haze pollution was established to eliminate haze pollution by 2030.
Moving forward, ASEAN will implement new collective measures and tools to prevent and control land and forest fires, reinforcing its commitment to one vision, one identity, one community.
Imagine a land where every month brings a new celebration, a new adventure. Welcome to Thailand, where vibrant festivals and events await you across 55 provinces in all 5 regions. Indulge in the culinary delights of the amazing food festival, marvel at the illuminated artistry of Visit 5 regions, and immerse yourself in the cultural spectacle of the amazing Muay Thai experience. Each event is a gateway to the unique traditions and flavors of Thailand, offering unforgettable experiences that will leave you longing for more. Join us in Thailand, where every month is a celebration and every visit is a new story waiting to be told.
Do you have any investment goals that you think in the future that you want to see foreign investors?
In EC, we have 5 years plan. This 5 years plan, we're talking about, let's say, each year we try to attract, in terms of investment, new investment, we're talking about 100 billion Thai baht, okay, for each year. This is like basically trying to make sure that we have new investor. This year we increased to 150 billion.
Wow.
For this year. I think we can achieve that. But this is not the case where we try to bring in each year we try and have a new investment. But apart from that, we have to make sure that once they decide to invest, they're actually spending. So instead of bringing in new investment, we look at the net investment paid or injected into the area. Each year we look at about 100 billion a year.
Wow.
So
bigger picture.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that the GDP in the area is growing. Unless you're thinking about or plan the direct injection of the money into the system, then we don't get that GDP. Because in the EC we have KPI based on the money actually spent for the investment.
Wow. So it's an ongoing thing that you guys try to promote right now and help. Just now you mentioned about the high-speed train, the high-speed rail project. Can you please give us some updates about it?
Actually, the contract has been signed since about 5 years ago. It hasn't started yet. Before they started, actually we had problem with the COVID-19 where
everything has to stop.
Everything had to stop. Then there are certain delay caused by the government side where we didn't give the land for the investor to develop. So we have some unforeseen situation where I have to redress the situation. Now it's at a stage where we try to amend the concession contract where we have to, because it's a PPP project, it's a public-private partnership project. When there are certain situation that is uncontrollable by both parties, we start up negotiation for quite a few years, and to make sure that we are in the position where the project can actually start. Okay, now we are in a common ground that we agree that okay, let's do this way. We have a certain principle that the contract will be amended according to this principle. Now it's a matter of now we look at the wording of the contract to be amended. Now, because this project is about private sector with the State Railway of Thailand. Okay, for this high-speed train, we foresee that we're going to put the whole thing to the cabinet in April or May, and we plan to start the project this year, maybe in May or June.
Wow.
I think the audience may get the good news where the project itself can start. Okay, let's talking about the starting first.
Point.
Then and it's if we start within this year, I think in 4 years time, you can see the project can actually start operation.
Wow.
Because the construction will take about 4 years, and we will start like a trial. When you run the high-speed train, you have to doing about the trial to make sure the safety has been followed, standard has been followed. So we talk about 4 or 5 years from now that you can see the high-speed train project.
The Thai people, hopefully we're going to see a high-speed.
We hope so.
So we're supporting all the way. And just now you mentioned the collaboration between the private and the public sectors, right? To the successful of this project. You think what is the most challenging part of it?
About the partnership.
Partnership.
Yeah, because public-private partnership is a key. Yeah? It's a key. But I think people look at first 2 P, public and private. But for me, the most important thing is partnership. Because sometimes the public, let's say for the government side, we have to take care with the private sector because they are partner. If they are getting some revenue, if they are rich, the government will be rich too.
Exactly.
So the best thing is to make sure that we going together, we help each other to grow. That's why this is the key project where sometimes we look private sector and we don't enter into the full partnership. But this project, especially for this high-speed train project, and also with the expansion of Utapao project, where the private investor have to invest a lot on airport city, then we try to make sure that the whole project is feasible. Because now we have a lot of economic up and down. I have to make sure the private sector can have the flexibility for them to carry on and invest in order to make sure that they're in a position that they can pay back to the government.
I see. Well, with all the infrastructure that you mentioned, the airport, the high-speed train and everything, once it's done, what opportunities do you think that it will create for the tourism and every other economic dimensions? What do you say, the aspects of other opportunities, what do you think it's going to benefit?
This project is about try to make sure that we have the right infrastructure. So this is the idea of putting something first. If you look at the history where we have, let's say, SkyTrain, BTS, or MRT in Bangkok, the idea is not just having the railway network or railway service, but you have the area growing, development, let's say for the train itself, the revenue comes from the fare box for the passengers pay for the tickets. But actually the economic growth comes from the development around the station.
Exactly.
Okay, high-speed train, you're talking about 200 kilometers of railway network expansion to Chonburi, to Rayong. But I think between high-speed train, we have 9 stations from Bangkok to Rayong, passing by actually 4 provinces.
Wow.
With this, we foresee the growth will be, let's say, from Bangkok, the first province will be Chachoengsao. There will be a big Chachoengsao station, and the area itself at the station can expand. So I think the economic activity can grow from that. So let's say, in principle, this is called transit-oriented development, where we put up the infrastructure, good infrastructure, then people will use that as a growth pole.
So we're getting there for sure, hopefully. And when the high-speed rail project expect to be operational, what do you think is going to be the most challenging part of it?
I think the most challenging, the first thing, make sure that it starts. Okay. And once it starts, I think the momentum will be very fast. As I mentioned, I think once the people know that high-speed train is coming, for sure, private investor will start investing, because the accessibility. Let's say Chachoengsao is about one stop from let's say from Suvarnabhumi Airport. Next stop will be Chachoengsao. So instead of living in Bangkok, let's say from Suvarnabhumi, if you're going to the west, you're going to Bangkok. If you're going to the east, you go to Chachoengsao. Distance-wise, maybe going to Chachoengsao, maybe you're going to get the same amount of time traveling, like you're coming to Sirom, or shorter.
Wow.
So it's a matter of you decide where do you want to live. So people can live and commute. Perhaps maybe the workplace going to shift away from Bangkok. So we're talking about trying to expand the growth, not concentrate on Bangkok and the surrounding area. Now it can be like Greater Bangkok, or where it is also include Chachoengsao, Chonburi, or Rayong. Maybe Chachoengsao, Bangkok can be like with the vicinity, or like of Rayong or Chonburi. It can happen that way.
Who knows, right?
Who knows?
It's really enhanced the terms of borderless community for me now. So people can really exchange not only knowledge, but culture-wise in the future. Once everything gets super connected, I think opportunity will be spread to every generation, every status quo of people living in the country. Okay, last but not least, as a person that knows so much about this specific knowledge, what for Thai people, what they should really prepare or get ready for this amazing takeoff?
I think the world is smaller, and when you're talking about we are trying to do some economic activities, this world is quite wide. But this is the opportunity available for anyone, not just only the people living in the EEC. EEC is just a playing ground, like going for like a sport, going to the Olympics. It's not just all the sportmen who can enjoy the Olympics, but also everyone, somebody who can benefit from that. We talk about trying to bring opportunity, new opportunity, that if you are in a position to grab the opportunity now, to seize the opportunity, you are in a position to do that. But sometimes this project can go further along. So it's not about this generation, but also future generation. This project is about, you're talking about 10 or 20 years project. Apart from infrastructure, EC is going to do some kind of new city where we're going to develop some kind of like a capital of the EC where people can live, work, and play within a certain area. Those cannot be done in Bangkok, can be done in the EC in the future. So that would be another project to make sure that people live better. Everything, as you said, is about the improvement quality of life. And this is just not for Thai people, but also we need some resources from other countries to help the country grow.
So let's start with the self-improvement, the qualifications of the people that would love to be part of this globalization world. You need to start within yourself first, and the opportunity is just out there and we're ready to grab it. So I want to say thank you very much for joining us today and sharing all the knowledge and insight about EEC, and we're so excited and ready for this amazing step that we're about to take off.
Okay,
so thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
That's all for NBT World Thailand today. Thank you so much for joining us as we explored the incredible potential of the EEC in driving Thailand's economic growth. See you again next weekend. สวัสดีครับ